Right now, the Cubs have the best record in baseball. To me, that's the last place I want to be as a Cubs fan if I'm really thinking this year is going to be the year the Cubs win it all. You don't want to be the top team in baseball record-wise. That team doesn't win the World Series. I mean, yeah, they just don't. I mean, you want to be a good team, but you don't want to have that, that tag of top team in the league going into the playoffs. You just don't. You want to be a good team, right? But not necessarily statistically, record-wise, the best. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be a Cub hater, but I'm feeling not this year. All right, and I know I'm a Cardinals fan, yeah, but that's not where this is coming from. I'm telling you, I'm feeling not this year. Too many things are looking good for the Cubs early. You know what I mean? They're going to have nowhere to go but down. Soriano's going to be out for how long? 6 weeks at least? So, But let's talk about instant replay. This is what I want to talk about. Instant replay in baseball. There's been a lot of argument about this. I've heard a lot of conversation about this. And normally I don't just snag things off of out of the headlines and do bits of the show about them, but I thought this was worth talking about because this is something I don't understand. I don't understand why anyone would be against instant replay in baseball. I can't comprehend why anyone would be against getting things right. It just doesn't make sense to me. Oh no, well you have to let, part of the game is the human, influence. The umpires are human. They make human mistakes. No, the hell with that. That doesn't make any sense at all. If we have the ability and the technology to get it right and do it right and make it perfect, why don't we? All right, if we have the technology to decide whether or not a ball was interfered with, or whether or not it's a home run, or whether or not it's just a off the wall. I mean, we have the ability to figure that out. Why can't we do it? Well, it's just never been a part of baseball. It's just never been a part of baseball. I mean, well, so what? Black people didn't used to play baseball because they weren't allowed. I mean, we get so stuck on these things. Well, it's the way it's always been. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it the right way. The way it's always been does not equal right, even though we like to think that. I mean, we like to get stuck in our ways and our, it's been like this since the beginning of time. There's no reason to change it now. But actually, yes, there is. I mean, it's called the overall betterment of the sport. And you can't argue. You can't argue against this and actually make sense. There is no logical argument as to why instant replay should not be instituted, not just in baseball, but anywhere it's not. Basketball, baseball, I mean, whatever. Hockey, if anybody cares about hockey. I don't, but whatever. Replay would be good. I mean, replay helps. Listen, and then you say this. Well, where does it stop, Eric? Where does it stop? Next we'll have robots calling balls and strikes. Okay. So, listen, if somebody invents a robot that is capable of determining balls and strikes, wouldn't you rather get it right? I mean, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you rather have it right? I would. Listen, if we got some sort of robot out there, some sort of computer reading the balls and telling us whether or not it was in the strike zone or wasn't it, isn't that better than what we have now? I mean, isn't that advancement in technology? Isn't that better? If we don't have to suffer from human failure, isn't that okay? Yeah, Streamer says somebody in the chat room says they have that now. Yeah, I know, they do. They have the ball strike screen that shows up. I don't see why we don't use that to determine balls and strikes. I mean, if they can, as long as they can get it to where it works perfectly, it's better. It's better than human judgment. It just is. It'd be better for the game. And you'll argue this all day long until your team loses a big game. Yeah, you know what I mean? Due to some umpire blowing the call. Okay, Smith Dog's in the chat room. Hasn't. Listen, for those of you in the chat room that are just in there as you streamer, because there's a few of you, to put in your actual name if you would like to do so, put backslash the word Nick, N-I-C-K, and then put a space, and then put your name with no spaces. Yeah. You know what I mean? So backslash Nick, space, a name. All right? And then send that in, and your name will change from Ustreamer to what it really is. And, yeah, your name, better. Okay, good one. Now I got somebody logged in here as your name now. Good one.